Live to you once again and coast to coast. You've down up the Bros, the Brew, Jersey Joe here, eye on the box over there, and it's you never know what we're going to talk about on this show, but we always try to talk about the big hot topics. And this episode, we're going to be talking about the Bird Box. We're going to talk about the Bird Box Challenge. We're going to talk about the Bird Box movie, the big Netflix hit. A lot going on with that. I put the question out on social media asking you, what were your thoughts about the Bird Box Challenge and the Bird Box movie? Join our live conversation right now. We have a bunch of your comments coming up. Joel and I, we're going to give you our opinion about the challenge and the movie as well. We've both seen it. And first off, Joel, let's talk about the movie first because it is a big hit. So have you seen it, and what's your opinions of Bird Box, the big Netflix movie?
Have you f***ing seen it?
Yes. Yes, because you told me to watch it, remember?
No, yeah, I've seen it. Everybody's fucking seen it. I mean, if you haven't seen it, yeah, you don't have any friends. But, yeah, everybody has. And to varying degrees, people have either loved it. A lot of people think it's from Satan. I had some people tell me it's from Satan on social media. Thought that was pretty funny. The ending seems to be controversial, but I won't spoil that.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I saw it too, and I liked it a lot. I did. I didn't necessarily hate it. But one of our viewers has a comment that agrees with me perfectly. And Heather writes in and she says, I feel that Bird Box is basically The Happening with a different setting. I totally agree with that because it starts off exactly the same where you have these people just spontaneously going crazy. And The Happening was an M. Night Shyamalan movie, one of, his lamer ones he's had in the last few years, one of his duds, with Zooey Deschanel was in it. But it basically follows the same thing where all of a sudden it starts off in a hospital and people just start going mad for no reason. Now, in that movie, they explain why people are going crazy. In Bird Box, they really didn't, unless I missed that somewhere.
Yeah, they left this one open for interpretation. In The Happening, they fully explained everything that's happening. No pun intended. But this one, I think they kind of left it ambiguous so that they could come back with it if it got really popular and make a sequel to it.
Well, Hollywood, they're always setting themselves up for sequels, too. But it's interesting because Netflix announced that they're recently going to raise prices because they want to do more original movies like this. And, Bird Box started off as a book a few years ago that was popular. They made into a movie. So now they're trying to invest in more, entertainment arms. They're even going to launch a game show this year. So my other question is, for $2 more a month, I do think it's worth it for Netflix. They're going to continue making good quality movies like this was.
Netflix is still, even though they're going, the package I have is I don't know. It's $11 now. They're jumping it up to $13.
Yeah.
I know the one that they announced on Twitter was $7 to $8 or $8 to $9 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But I got whatever the package is that's above that. Even with $13 a month, if you consider that you're going to go to the movie theater and you're going to drop, $30, $40 because you're going to get a ticket and maybe some snacks. That's just for one time of entertainment.
Yeah.
So you're gonna spend about 3 hours worth of entertainment. You're gonna drop $30 or $40. This you could sit at home, watch 2 movies on your day off, and you already have way more than a month's worth of entertainment than you're gonna get at the theater for twice the price. You know what I mean? So even if they're jumping up to 13, it's still way, way, way under what you would be spending at the movie theater. It's still a really good deal.
Absolutely, and I'd actually rather at this point watch movies here in the comfort of my own apartment instead of going to the movie theater because people are just boneheads when you go to the movies anymore. They get in their phones, I went to see Star Trek here and someone brought a freaking crying baby in the movie theater. Bonehead! But at least, and you're right, too, the ticket prices are out of control, and then you factor in the popcorn, getting a soft drink with that. Suddenly a movie night can blow up to $40, whereas with this Netflix $11 deal, I can stay at home and do it. But Hollywood doesn't want that, and that's why you can't get mainstream Hollywood movies right away on streaming like this, whether it be Netflix or whatever. So that's why they're investing in their own programming so they can control it and make all the money off of it. Amazon too.
Yeah, and Hulu, same thing. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think this is just kind of the way that the future of the movie industry is going.
Yeah.
I like them both. I mean, the movie theater has its perks. You go in there, you can relax. I mean, not in your situation, obviously. Say you go there on a Monday at 11:35 a.m., you're not going to get anybody, and you're going to get a giant chair with some popcorn and nice and dark and cool, especially in the summer. You get one of those the reclining chair. You can sit back. There's a lot of perks to that part too. But I think more people, since this is more affordable, I think this is kind of the reason that's transformed. I mean, Sandra Bullock, Bird Box. Sandra Bullock, that's the biggest movie they've ever released their numbers for. I'm pretty sure that's the biggest one because if they had anything as popular as this, they would definitely have said something about it before.
I agree with you. It is like definitely the way of the future here. It's going to take Hollywood a long time to adapt to this model, but eventually, you have to start paying for like all these extra services. Like Amazon costs X amount, Hulu costs X amount, so that's going to start adding up. I know people are talking about cutting the cable and all that, so that's a whole discussion in itself too. It just depends on how much you want to pay for entertainment. Right now, one of these streaming services putting out quality movies like Bird Box can actually do it. Well, we guys had a lot to say in social media, so we got a bunch of your comments to get to right now. So let's go to Keith first, and he says 2 words, Sandra Bullock. Now, I was actually talking to Keith, he's a coworker, and he actually doesn't care for her as an actress, but I thought she was really good in this movie, especially for having to give you the feel of a blind person walking around because you can't see the real world, what's happening, or you'll go insane. I thought her performance was fine.
I thought it was phenomenal. Obviously, yeah. Everybody's got their preferences.
Well, I mean, the only thing was, like, I don't know who could step in that role and do a better job in that. Like, I thought she was perfect for it. I thought it worked. It's something like, I couldn't see, for example, like Kathy Bates doing that. Kathy Bates is great, but this wasn't a role made for Kathy Bates. Like, this, I thought she was casted right. I thought that was the right move to make.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Let's take a few more viewer comments. Got a few of those right now because Elia Pizarro writes in and he says, entertaining, thumbs up. Oh, he's like Ebert and Roper, thumbs up. And then, and your dog, Joel, got on the social media and wrote in, I just kept barking and now I don't remember. Well, let's thank the pup for giving his review. I guess he's giving it 1 paw up as well. But, yeah, I mean, I do agree with you on a couple of things. It's entertaining. I think it's the right direction, making the big movies. The opening of the movie was good, too. There were lots of explosions, lots of action. Definitely like, a summer Hollywood blockbuster flick. So they're going the right way. We've taken like these big books and adapted them to movies.
Yeah, they definitely did the right thing as far as that goes.
Mm-hmm.
They sucked in a lot of casual viewers just by doing what you just said.
Yeah.
Started off.
But then we have the other point of the Bird Box Challenge, where people are watching this and they're trying to walk around life blindfolded. And we've had some people do some really boneheaded things trying to do the Bird Box Challenge. Like the teenage girl that decided she was going to try to drive a car.
Bird Box challenging the rest of the show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? As a matter of fact, hold on there. I got one, too. I actually have a blindfold. Hold on. I'm going to put this bad boy on. And I'm going to try to punch the show now. Oh, damn, this is not a good idea because I really can't see. Can I do this half blind? The funny thing is, like, if this really happened in real life, like, I could just pop my contacts out. I'm blind as a bat, so I could actually see without doing this. I'm punching buttons right now, and I have no idea if I'm punching up the right thing or not. This will be interesting.
Nah, just switch to the porn tab. You got to switch back, and you got to cut this out of the show now.
We will not be researching my browser history on that one, but the Bird Box Challenge, I mean, what do you think about people actually putting blindfolds on and trying this?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
It's really stupid.
Yeah.
But I also understand that, kids have been doing this shit forever. So your generation did it, my generation did it. Not necessarily the same thing, but definitely shit just as stupid as this. So it's just a sign of the times. Just don't do it while you're driving, please. Don't do it when you don't ever endanger someone else's life over it. If you're at home trying to make a milkshake or something, cool.
Let's not get behind the wheel of a car blindfolded. Hey, dumbass, nobody's going to win doing that. I mean, that kid's license should be taken for the rest of her life just for being stupid. And congratulations to her insurance company. Can't wait till they try to explain that to Allstate, State Farm, whoever is doing that, because they're going to skyrocket her rates for being dumb. I mean, there's fun ways to do it, and then there's stupid ways. And, of course, the social media thing, you and I are bringing social media, ice bucket challenge, all that stuff. Sometimes it's good. This one, I mean, Netflix had to issue a disclaimer telling people to stop doing it. That's where we're at with this as a society.
Right, yeah, they got ahead of that. They did like Tide did with the Tide Pod Challenge.
Yeah.
Just sent out a tweet condemning it, which
yeah,
you would think would be obvious.
Yeah.
But
well, we're at a point of a society where we're thinking Baby Shark has made the Billboard top list. So, I mean, that's where we're at, and they're playing it on the radio, and we're all entertained. So, maybe that says something about us. And maybe it says, you know what, though? Like, when society breaks down in the movie, though, it actually felt like it was spot on. Like, what happened real slow, and all of a sudden people just, go batshit crazy. If anything like that does happen, and especially in all these horror movies, they seem to usually get it pretty much on point.
Yeah, they're pretty good about it.
Well, let's go to the poll right now because we put this question out on social media about the Bird Box Challenge and asked you, would you or have you taken the Bird Box Challenge from the hit Netflix movie and book? And 83% of you said no. 17% said yes. I'm curious to know how many people have actually taken it or would they. And if somebody out there did take it, I wish they would have told us how it worked out. But obviously they didn't wreck a car because that made national media. But yeah, it seems most people are saying no to the challenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like Nancy Reagan said in the 80s, just say no to drugs, kids. But one thing I want you to say yes to is clicking that like or subscribe button down below for more fun right here on The Brew and also my other web show, Kicking Back with Jersey Joe. And let me ask you this question. If a possum gets loose in your house, what do you do? Well, if you live in New York City, you call 911, and then you end up on the Citizen app. I got more crazy crimes in New York City. You get 911 on the Citizen app. Thursday, Kick It Back with Jersey Joe, and those shows have been doing really well for me. You guys seem to really enjoy those, and I had a good laugh out of it too. So, and one thing people would also do if the Bird Box thing really did happen, they would probably flood 911. Yeah. Exactly. You know, people call 911 for everything, and that's why we have fun with the Citizen app. We also have lots of fun seeing you here each and every week. So, Jersey Joe, eye on the box over there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time, I hope. As long as you don't take the Bird Box challenge.